Have you ever looked at a book and decided that you wanted to buy it just based on the cover? If you have, you're not alone, and there is a science behind it. My name is Zoe, and Veronica and I are going to show you color theory and its relation and relevance to book covers. As it turns out, judging a book by its cover is a science. We associate certain colors with certain emotions or feelings, and that can help us be more drawn or more against certain books. For example, red is a color commonly used to convey danger, violence, sometimes passion, while yellow is its opposite, and it's usually associated with happiness, sunshine, and optimism. I'm sure you're wondering, why are we drawn to certain colors? Well, color has been proven to be tied to our emotions. Emotion is a powerful art, and colors are also associated with feelings and mood. And this applies not only to daily life, but also everything around us, including book covers and genres, and what we pick up versus what we don't. And color theory also applies to book covers and book genre. Most mystery and thriller books take on black and gray colors. Most romance books take on pink, red, purple, white, vibrant colors, while most fantasy are purple, silver, gold, blue, green, to kind of associate with a different world, or a world that we don't live in. Sci-fi, black, red, gray, green, and purple. And horror typically takes on red and black colors, so we associate the book with fear. These color choices are not random either. These colors are associated with these specific genres to help readers feel a certain emotion or feel drawn to the book before they even read a page of it. Color theory also helps us associate certain emotions with the genres and helps us know what to expect from the book before we even read what it's about. Don't judge a book by its cover. I'm sure the phrase is familiar, but a study found out that about 60% of consumers actually do judge based on the cover, and some people will pick up a book solely for what it looks like, not for the content of it. And though not all judge, a whopping 80% of people explained that while they may not judge a book for its cover, they will avoid a book altogether because of the cover. And this brings us right back to color theory. There are reasons that people avoid certain book covers, and there are reasons that people judge. And it all stems back to color association and what sticks out to the human eye. In terms of books, it's also important that a book generally matches the color theme for genre. Let's take a look at some examples.
For our first genre, we'll be going over mystery. If you remember from earlier in the presentation, mystery is often grouped with thriller, and its two main associated colors are black and gray. Here on the screen, we have two different book covers. We have You Shouldn't Have Come Here by Geneva Rose and Who's Killing My Summer Vacation by John Spolestra. You Shouldn't Have Come Here has the colors black, dark green, red, and white. It's a very typical cover for something that we could guess as a reader is mystery and suspense and thriller, because we see all those dark colors that we automatically associate with danger or suspense. We also see that aligns pretty well with the genres it has listed. The genres are suspense, thriller, mystery, and this book has a little bit of romance as well. The second cover, however, is jarringly different. Its predominant color is yellow, which, as we discussed, invokes a sense of optimism or joy. This may seem random or off-putting at first, but if we look into the genres of this book, we see mystery and comedy. So the yellow is pulling in that comedy aspect and marketing that to its group of readers. So not only readers who enjoy mystery can pick up this book, but they can tell from the cover that it's going to be something enjoyable and entertaining because of that yellow color that pulls them in. Keeping in mind the combination of colors in order to express subgenres, let's take a look at a couple other examples. Romance is a genre that has a plethora of subcategories. Here on the screen, we see two very different looking book covers that both fall under the same genre. So let's take a deeper look. Recall that the main colors we associate with romance are pink, white, red, and purple. The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood takes a lot of these colors and uses them in order to imply an exciting, kind of young puppy love romance. But if we looked at Hook by Emily McIntyre, its colors are completely different. We have black, gray, silver, and red. As we discussed before, these are colors that invoke a sense of danger or mystery and thriller. For this particular book, though, if we look in the genre, this romance book is a dark romance book, which makes perfect sense because its colors definitely imply those mature, alluring, and dangerous themes. Fantasy is a genre that is expressed by plenty of different colors. It can use purple, silver, gold, blue, and green. All of these exciting colors imply adventure and exciting things to see and imagine. Here on this slide, we have two very different book covers as well that fall under the fantasy category. We have Babel by R.F. Kuang, and we have Wind and Truth by Brandon Sanderson. If we take a look at Wind and Truth first, it has the typical genre colors. It's got purple, blue, orange, and gold. The colors alone invoke a sense of excitement and adventure, but also its close stick to these colors imply a sense of tradition and association with other classic epic fantasies, as we can see in the genre. However, Babel sets itself apart from its genre. Its colors are black, white, and gold. Although a fantasy book, is a historical fiction and a dark academia. Again, we see the use of dark colors expressing dark themes. And so in doing so, using these colors in order to market the book in that way, it draws in readers who are looking for that sense of intrigue and mystery. Sci-fi's traditional colors are black, red, gray, green, and purple. Here we see two different book colors. One is All Systems Red by Martha Wells. The other is Cinder by Marissa Mayer. All Systems Red has the colors gray, white, and red. It's a very sleek monochrome design that implies an emotional coldness of technology and plays into that scientific fiction technology genre. Whereas Cinder by Marissa Mayer has a couple other colors, including pink, purple, gray, and white. We see the purple and gray, but that's also combined with colors that we would associate with romance, the pink and white. This also makes sense and it falls into its genre category because not only is it sci-fi, dystopian, but it's also romance and a fairy tale retelling. If you went into a bookstore looking for a sci-fi book, you could tell immediately from the covers that one is going to be a lot more sci-fi based, and that is going to be the main genre, and the other is going to have a combination of the two. If you were someone who enjoys both sci-fi and romance, Cinder may be a good pick for you just based on the cover alone. Horror's main colors are black and red. Here, again on the screen, we see two vastly different book covers that fall into the same genre. The troupe uses traditional horror colors to appeal to readers of the genre, and it implies its close association with classic horror themes. We see a lot of red and black and a very small amount of white. This implies the genres of horror and thriller, and if you picked this book up in the store, you could probably immediately tell what genre it falls under. However, small favors could really throw you for a loop. It uses unexpected colors for the genre to convey its break from traditional horror and cement its identity in folklore-based elements. So we see that yellow, black, green, and pink. The bright colors imply the romance subgenre, which would attract readers of the romance genre and leave them with an unexpected yet hauntingly delightful story. To recap, color theory has an extremely influential impact on readers and can often determine whether or not they choose to pick up a book at all. Some main takeaways are the colors on covers evoke emotion, colors are tied to certain genres and themes in a book, and book covers are just like first impressions. Here are our sources, and thank you so much for listening.